Look what arrived today. These are the new Pat McGrath bronzers. I got 2 different colors and I'm so excited to try them on. We've all anticipated this release for years now and it's finally here. I'm very excited. I'm gonna apply them on, give you my thoughts, swatches, some comparison with other bronzers later, and that's about it. Grab yourself something to drink. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and let's get started. So Pat McGrath released a bronze collection where you have the bronzers. There's the Divine Bronze Luxe Quad, the Divine Blush Skin Fetish, and then there's some lipsticks and lip glosses. The only thing I picked up is 2 colors of the new bronzers, and I wanted to see how many she released. There are 8 colors, and I picked up the Nude Honey, which is the second lightest, which is a neutral bronze, and then the Bronze Dawn, which is a warm golden bronze. These are $39 each, but I got this as a duo and that was $70 together. Plus there was a 10%, I think with code bronze10. So, you know, for both of these, I paid 60 something dollars. I want to say $66, which, you know, for 2 bronzers, it's not that bad. The packaging is actually really beautiful. The pink is a little bit more muted. It's not quite as bright as some of her other outer packagings. But I do like this combo. I think it's really, really beautiful. I mean, this is definitely a work of art. And then you kind of, let's see if we can do this together. Do that. And then the bronzer is in there. The outer packaging is the same as her blushes. And, you know, I like it, but the little clasp here is not my favorite. It's just a little difficult to open. And here are the bronzers. The left one, this one right here, is Nude Honey, and then the right one is Bronze Dawn, this one. You can see that the Dawn is just warmer and the Nude Honey is definitely more cool tone, probably best for contour for me. Okay, let's swatch these together. I like the embossing, it's really beautiful. Okay, I think they feel like the blushes. I don't see any shimmer or anything like that. They swatch so smooth. Ooh, I like those colors. So up here we have the Nude Honey, and then on the bottom is Bronze Dawn, and you can definitely see that it's more warm. The top one kind of reminds me of the Tom Ford Terra color. We'll swatch at the end. But yeah, these feel extremely soft. Ooh, I barely touched it and it definitely did blend in very, very nicely. They're not too pigmented, as you can see, at least from the swatch. It's like you could probably build these up. They're not going to be super intense, which kind of makes me think maybe I should have gotten a deeper shade as well. But let's try these on. So I picked up this brush from Sonia G, the Jumbo Bronzer. I am in love. This is my favorite bronzer brush I've ever tried. I was intimidated a little bit just because it's so big, but no, the way the cut of the hair and the softness, and there's a lot of movement. If you can see, it's not extremely dense, so it applies bronzer perfectly. I kind of want another one for the blush as well. But this is a fabulous bronzer brush. Okay, so I think I made a mistake. I started applying the bronzer and I was sure I was putting the Nude Honey on. And I really think this whole time I was putting the bronze one, the Bronze Dawn. And then I couldn't remember which one I really did. So I decided to take it off and start over. Okay, there's a reason I don't record later in the day, just because my brain is fried. But for you, I shall start again. Okay, let's take our big old fluffy brush and double check what I'm doing here. Nude Honey. This is what we're gonna do right now. I already contoured my nose a little bit, and I'm not sure the color I used. It could have been Nude Honey, could have been Bronze Dawn. We will never know. Well, I probably will be able to rewatch my application and tell you guys. But I took that off and we're moving forward. Let's put Nude Honey on. This is supposed to have a neutral undertone. So it picks up quite a bit, and we're gonna apply slowly. So first application, I kind of just went at it and I was a little shocked that it had more pigment than I anticipated. So now I have learned and I'm slowly adding this. So the color, probably did put the other one on before. Okay. It's a very soft, a beautiful, the formula, I think it's very similar to her blushes, mostly the matte ones, because there's actually no shimmer here. Really pretty. Add a little bit more here. This brush is so fabulous. You need it. It's the best bronzer brush I have ever tried. I'm adding it a little bit in my crease right here as well. And just dusting this over my nose that has already been contour-ish. So this is Nude Honey, and I don't think it's that cool tone as it's swatched, as it looks here. I actually think it's a beautiful, I would say it's a good neutral undertone, just like it's described. It's not too cool tone whatsoever. I could absolutely use this as a bronzer. That was very easy to apply. It applies, there's more pigment to it than I anticipated, but it's not overly pigmented. It's not like you're gonna put it and then you're gonna have a hard time blending that out. It was so easy. You guys saw how fast it was to apply, and I think this looks fabulous. I actually really like this undertone. I feel very kind of sculpted but bronzed and smooth. I think my skin looks very, very smooth. Moving on, I cleaned up my brush because I want to use the same one, and then we're gonna move on to Bronze Dawn. I'm gonna pick up some, tap, and then put this on here. I love this color. Ooh, do I like it this more? Maybe. I love this color so much. I think it is so beautiful, bronzy. There's definitely a little bit more warmth on this side than this one. I almost feel like this is a little bit harsher, and this is just a soft bronzy. It's not too much warmth. It's not yellow at all, or orange. That's what I meant. It's just a little bit bronzier, and it's just softer to me. Maybe I did build it up more on this side. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Just build up this color a little bit more. And see how we're doing. I think now that it's a little built up, you can see maybe the undertone a little bit better. I probably wouldn't wear that much bronzer on a day-to-day basis, but I do want to build it up so you guys can see the difference in the undertone. Ooh, I like this one better. I like the warmth of this one and the softness and a blurring effect. This is a little bit harsher. It gives more pigment. It's darker, honestly, even though it's the second lightest. This definitely gives a lot more depth, and then this just gives a little bit more softness. The formula is very soft, very smooth. It blends in so easily. And I think both of these colors are absolutely perfect. I think they just gave a little bit of a different vibe. Not that different though, so I wouldn't sweat it. If you're in between shades and you're not sure which one, I think they both work. One's just gonna give you a little bit more warmth and just, I would say almost like a soft bronziness. And this one, the nude one, the Nude Honey, it gives a little bit more of a contour effect. It's still bronzing, but it's just, I think this side is a little bit more contoured and sculpted than this one, where it's just airy and just very soft. At this moment, without going outside and looking in natural light, I think I prefer the warm one, the Bronze Dawn. I think this just gives such an airbrushed effect. And it's just soft, which I really, really like. But they're both absolutely beautiful. What do you guys think? Which one do you like better? And do you see a difference on camera? In person, you definitely can see a difference. I am gonna feel the blush and then go feel the bronzer, because to me, it seems that the formula is very similar. Yeah. They're so soft, so buttery. The bronzer almost feels velvety. The blush, you know, I've had it for what, a year or even longer. So it could be that. And the bronzer that I see here, this is the Dawn, the Bronze Dawn. There's no glitter, there's nothing like that, but there's a sheen to it, which is probably why I like this so much. That there's this very, very soft sheen. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me swatch the other one and see if, you know, they look any different on the skin. They both have that soft sheen to it, but there's no glitter or shimmer in here. It just has such a beautiful finish. I'm gonna move on to some swatches. I have here some of my favorite powder bronzers. I tend to use a lot of cream bronzers, but these are some of my favorites. So we're gonna kind of start swatching on this arm. It's very interesting that these swatch kind of faint, almost very light. And to get that, I had to go like 4 times over it. But on your skin, they really do show up a lot more than you'd expect. So we're starting with Nude Honey and the Bronze Dawn. I'm going to start with this Tom Ford in the shade Terra. This kind of reminded me of the nude color, the Nude Honey. No, it's more cool tone and slightly more pinky. And the Tom Ford also has a little bit more sheen to it. These don't. Next one is Westman Atelier Coupe de Soleil. So here's the Westman Atelier, and I do think it's similar to the Nude Honey. Not exactly, but I think they're similar. Victoria Beckham in shade 2, one of my favorite bronzers. They're very intense. And I'm gonna swatch them one next to each other, not combined. These two are Victoria Beckham, and I really think that these two combined will give you the Nude Honey effect. And I usually wear these combined. Let's swatch that. Here's the Victoria Beckham number 2 combined, both shades. And I do find it quite similar to the Nude Honey. Let's do the Makeup by Mario in light medium. I absolutely love this bronzer. And it's a true matte. But again, it's not too intense. It's soft. Ooh, that seems very similar to this one. Let's do it next to it. So here's the Makeup by Mario in light medium. And then the Pat McGrath one. The Makeup by Mario seems to have just a little bit more yellow undertone than the Nude Honey. I don't have one that's like this so far. Hourglass Nude Bronze Light, and this is definitely not gonna be warm at all. Apparently I really like cool tone bronzers. Yeah, this is the Hourglass. It's not at all similar to them. It's actually quite cool tone. And why not? Let's try the Chantecaille. This is in Serena. And I'm gonna put it next to the Pat McGrath one, and it's not similar at all. Yeah, that is not similar at all, and this has quite an intense sheen through it. How could I forget my Charlotte Tilbury in medium? This big old boy. So I put it right here. And then we have these are the two Pat McGrath ones. So I don't have a dupe for the Bronze Dawn. I feel like I can dupe the Nude Honey, but the Bronze Dawn, I don't have one with that undertone. I also have my Gucci here in the shade 3, but I didn't even want to swatch it because it's not similar at all. I'm putting it right there. That's the Gucci one. And then the other two. The Gucci is definitely more intense and you see it, it's more pigmented even when you put it on. All right, guys, so those are all the swatches that I wanted to show you. I have more bronzers that are powder, but these are the ones that I actually really like. And just in general, like I mentioned, I'm more of a cream bronzer, but many times on top of the cream bronzer, I like to go with a soft powder bronzer just to set everything in. And I really think that both of these are absolutely stunning. I honestly think you can go for either or if you're around my skin tone. They seem to build up really well and you can get more and more color the more you apply, which I love that. And they're soft enough on initial application. They are beautiful. I'm so excited that Pat McGrath finally came out with these. I think in the future I may try to pick up one more shade that's a little deeper just to see, but for now I'm very happy with these. I think they're absolutely fabulous. And you know, the price, $39, there's always a sale with Pat McGrath, so if you're interested, wait for a sale. And I think it's a decent for a bronzer. Let's see how much you get in here. You get 9.5 grams of product. So those are all the swatches, the comparison, the application of the new beautiful bronzers from Pat McGrath. They did not disappoint. I love them. They're velvety soft. The formula is incredible. They're matte, but not flat. So that's important to note. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Did you pick them up? Are you interested? And what do you think in general of this release? And that's about it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.